I'm going to take some time here and answer a question that I have on sayat.me/SaqibKhan Speaks. It's been lying on my Sayat for the past 1 week or so I think it's time I should answer this before it gets too late. By the way, for all of you all who don't know, sayat.me/SaqibKhan Speaks is the place I've got my eyes on. You can ask me question, stay anonymous. Whatever your problem is, you stay anonymous and you get an answer, a guaranteed solution. I promise to give you some or the other solution, either as a YouTube video or as an Instagram story. So that's what happens on sayat.me/SaqibKhan Speaks. Now let me see what this person is asking. The person says, I am in final year, many companies have come, but I am not able to clear the aptitude test. I have practiced a lot. What should I do now? Last sem, will companies be coming? Should I start something for higher studies or keep on trying? Let me break down this question into segments and let's answer one segment at a time. The first segment that I see is that many companies have come, you have given a lot of aptitude tests, but you have not been able to clear this. And I believe this is a phase a lot of students right now in their final year, pre-final year are in, because they have not been able to clear the aptitude tests and they are struggling. They have practiced, they have put in the time, but they have been struggling to do that. So here's my first thing for you. Can you ask yourself, and be 100% true to yourself? Don't satisfy your ego, don't satisfy your heart, but be frank and truthful to yourself and answer this question to yourself. Is this the best I could do? Now this is a question I've been telling you all to ask yourself and answer by yourself, because that is what will define what's happening with you in life. If the answer to this question comes out to be a no, then you need to clearly understand that this was not the best effort you did, and that is the reason you did not get the job. That is the reason you did not clear the aptitude test. If this is the best that you could do, then I certainly want your guilt to come down a little and you feel a little better that I could not have done anything more. This was the best that I could do, and accept the fact that your best is a little lower than the company standards in the current market situation. Once you understand both of these facts, whether the answer comes out to be yes or no, because you have failed for this long, once you understand this fact, I need you to understand a saying which says, failures are stepping stone to success. Now this is motivational, and this really, I don't believe motivational works for more than 2 hours in your life. But when I say failures are stepping stones to success, I really mean it. And the way I mean it is a little different than the way a lot of people would say that if you fail, success is around the corner. You need to wait. To every night there is a sunrise in the morning and there is a day that comes. Tomorrow is always going to be a new day. All of this is fine. But what I really want to differentiate is I want to make sure that you go from failure to success. And the only method, the only people who are actually able to convert failure to success are one kind of people who can understand, who can say that, okay, I failed. The first thing you got to do is you got to acknowledge that you have been a failure. That's the first step to bringing about a change. You need to acknowledge that you need to change. So you first acknowledge that, yes, I failed. Then you try to understand what is the reason I failed. Was it because I did not give attention to this? Was it because I practiced too much, but I practiced only quants too much? I did not focus on logic, I did not focus on reasoning, I did not focus on grammar or comprehensions or passage. I did not focus on these, I only focused on quants. Is it because of that? Can you really dig deep down into your preparation levels, into the way you have written the aptitude tests, and just see if you can find the reason that you have failed? If you can do this, if you can say that, okay, maybe I could have spent 1 hour every day extra on this and that would have caused me to become successful, then that's going to be your work module. So what you're doing is you're first acknowledging that you failed. The second step you're taking is you're going to try and understand what is the reason that caused the failure. The third thing you're going to do is you're going to convert these reasons into work modules for yourself. So you're creating assignments for yourself, small bundles of work modules for yourself, by saying, okay, I missed out on 1 hour each day, so my new work module is going to be, I'm going to put in 1 hour of each day into doing grammar. Just giving an example here. So that becomes your work module. When you create your work module, you also create a parallel schedule, because as soon as you say I've got a work module where I need to work 1 hour, you need to make sure that somewhere in these 24 hours of your day, you can fit in a certain portion of your time to be able to complete that work module every single day. If you can do these 3 things, acknowledge failure, create work modules, create schedule to accommodate the work modules, and then consistently put efforts to make sure that you are achieving that work module completion, this is going to translate into your success in the near future. The difference between failure and success are just these 3 steps. That is something that you need to understand. The second thing you need to understand is you're looking at an aptitude test. Now, an aptitude test for a company placement is an elimination process and not a selection process. When I say this, I basically mean to say that unlike CAT, ZAT, GMAT, NMAT, wherein you got to be closer to the out of score, or you got to be closer to the 99, 100 percentile mark, for placements you don't need to really score a 99 or 100 percentile. You can score a 70 percentile and still clear, because for placements all you really need is you need to overcome the cutoff. You need to overcome the cutoff and say, okay, 60% was the cutoff. If you score 60.1, then you are through. You're through to the next round, which is going to be the selection round, which is going to be the interviews. This is only an elimination process that eliminates people who don't have basic aptitude to get into the company and survive the corporate life. That is what aptitude test means. So please don't be harsh on yourself and give your mind the freedom to fail, because what really happens is when you put a lot of pressure on your mind that I have to succeed, I have to succeed, I have to succeed, your mind becomes hesitant of doing some things. Your mind always thinks thrice before marking an answer, even if it could be right. So as soon as you will solve a problem, you get an answer, you see that in options, your mind, because it's under a lot of pressure of being successful and getting things right, will actually make you solve the sum twice and say, why don't you double check once? Why don't you ask the person next to you if that's the right answer? And that person could have solved it wrong. You could have got it right. But your mind is going to force you to do all these things. And a wavered mind is way worse than a well-prepared mind. And let me tell you, you could have a well-prepared mind, but it could be wavered at the time of examination and you would fail. You could have a less prepared mind, but it would be focused on clearing the examination and you will still succeed. It is the mind that needs to be present at that time, and it is the mind that should be in sync with what you are doing or what you are thinking. So you need to stop putting that pressure. You can leave 30% of the syllabus if you want. Quit on 30% of the syllabus, and whatever the 70% that is remaining, whatever is remaining of that 70%, always end by asking your question, is this the best I could have done to cover the 70%? If the answer comes out to be yes, you are well prepared for the aptitude test that is tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or in a month. You are absolutely prepared. Your mind is in sync because you're giving it freedom to fail. You're not putting additional pressure on your mind to succeed. You're saying, hey mind, if you can answer 3 questions wrong out of 10, I'm absolutely fine. So you have the freedom to fail 3 questions out of 10 questions. That's fine. I'm still going to pass this examination and I'm still going to go through the interview. And once I'm in the interview, I'm going to crack the job. So your mind becomes in sync, your mind becomes positive, and it pushes you to do better. Next question is last SEM, will any companies be coming? Yes. Last SEM in any graduation program is the phase 2 of placements, or in a post-graduation as well. In a lot of post-graduation, I cannot say all, but in a lot, phase 2 is going to be a lot of companies. Some of them will be no criteria, lesser packages, etc., etc. Some of them would be good who just did not come in the first phase. And apart from all of this, off-campus has got opportunity starting from April. So from April, you can start looking at off-campus placements, because I guess you'll be graduating somewhere around June, July. That's just a vague guess that I have. Second, should I start something for higher studies or keep on trying? Now, I really believe that you need to answer the question of why. I am the kind of guy who loves to answer the why, and depending on what answer I give to myself when I ask the question why do I want to do something, that's when I take a call and I move ahead. So I want to ask you a question right now is, why do you want to start something for your higher studies when you have been with placements all this time? And the answer that you're going to give to yourself, just judging from the question that you have asked me, is I am going to study for higher studies only because I could not clear the aptitude test for my placements. While that is the reality, I still feel you got a good 6 months before you actually have no other options but higher studies, and I still feel that you are capable enough of pulling this through in the next 6 months. I don't know you, but I trust each and every human being is capable enough of clearing the aptitude and of overcoming any hurdle that they have once they are 100% sure in their heart and mind, and the heart is in sync with your mind to achieve a certain goal. I know that is basic human behavior. So should I start something for higher studies? You certainly should, provided your why is not that I could not clear the aptitude for placements, I could not clear anything else. If till this is your why, I believe you're going to struggle in your entrance examinations. You can clear your entrance examinations, you're going to struggle, and you're going to judge yourself all your life, or at least those 2 years of higher studies that you're going to do minimum, be a master's, an MBA, an MTech, whatever is it that you do. You're going to judge yourself. You're going to tell yourself, why did I really come here? I could have tried a little more and got the job, but till you cannot get a good answer for your why, I don't think higher studies is an option. So you need to be very careful when it comes to switching between placements to higher studies, because they are two different ball games, require two very different kind of preparations. So you got to be very focused, and you got to have a good reason to go for higher studies and drop placements out. That's going to be my answer for you. I hope this helps. I really hope that you come out of the confusion. I hope I've given you a guideline. I hope I've given you a roadmap. At the end of the day, I cannot really guarantee you success, but you can guarantee yourself success by working on the exact things that I've told you to work on. Give your mind freedom. Acknowledge that you have failed. Create work modules for yourself. Adjust those work modules in schedules, and then start implementing them. Commit yourself to those work modules. Success will touch your feet itself. You don't really need to run behind it. You need to work on yourself and let success come to you. That is the way to live life. I am proud of you, and I am sure that you can do a lot more than what you are doing right now. Capability is enormous within you, and every human being is able to achieve. You, my friend, are no less in any certain matter. So please don't underestimate yourself. Work hard. You got some time. Let's make it count. You are gonna get a job, and if you do get a job, remember, I should be the first person you reach out to and say, hey Saqib, I've got a job. So I'm gonna wait for your message there. I'm gonna wait for your message on sayat.me/Saqib Speaks, or on any of my social media profiles that you wanna message me on. I'm hoping for success this semester for you. So all the best, and all the best to everyone who are struggling. This is the only way to success. I hope each one of you finds your own success, and I hope I can be a part of this journey with you to success.